What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, when you reach stage 25 against World Boss, you're going to need super villains. And yeah, there's a lot of strong super villains. You got Super Giant, Mephisto, Doom, of course, right? Black Dwarf. I mean, all these characters are godly, right? Even Null probably on lower stage is going to be really good. But when you get to stage 25, although I haven't practiced him, so I don't want to guarantee this, I just don't think he'd be that good at this high level because his moves are just stationary whenever he's using his skills, and Ultron just jumps around a lot. And that's kind of the thing with Ultron, man. That jumping around shit is extremely annoying because I have 77% physical attack. My physical attacking characters, even Black Dwarf guys, struggle big time against stage 25, even having 25% pierce. It's very, very hard. As a matter of fact, I think really Sugi, Supergiant, Doom, and Moonstone are really going to be the big dogs for me on this account as far as trying to get it done against the requirement for supervillain against Ultron. And I tried, some teams with Doom and Moonstone when Moonstone had a mighty CTP of energy, Doom's got a CTP of rage, and I just kept lacking on damage. I just wasn't doing enough damage to this boss. I mean, it was getting to be pretty rough, man. So I'll show you guys something really, really quick here and show you the amount of damage that I'm doing right now. We'll turn the SFX on here, and I'll show you guys a run where I actually use Doom on stage 25, right, to see how well he can do. We'll use his leadership. We got Mystique as a support. Now, I could put Proxima in the leadership to have some ignore dodge. Now, Doom does have 70% ignore dodge on his tier 3, but, this is just to show you guys how much damage that my Doom, super godly character, does in stage 25, right? Now I need to find me some strikers here, which kind of sucks. We actually need some energy attacking strikers, and unfortunately we just got mind damage and movement speed. Here's one right here. Let me get rid of these here. I don't think we even have any. This kind of thing about having needing villains is we don't really have any increased damage to super villain strikers, which sucks, except for Captain Marvel. I mean, that's a bummer, man. All we got all this decrease. Okay, so we got some energy attack right here. There we go, energy attack. And let me show you this, guys. Now, I do have a brilliant CTP of destruction, but Doom, I do think he'd be awesome with it, and maybe I should have put it on him. But I thought that another character would be a better candidate for the mighty CTP of destruction because they just play better with a proc. Now I do have a CTP of rage on my Doom, right? And you guys can take a look at the damage here. So I mean, 1, 2, not even about 2 bars of damage with his tier 3 guys, and that just isn't very much, right? Even with all my peers, I mean, that's just, oh my god, right? It's rough. There we go. And I try to take damage with that tier 3. I mean, there's about 2 bars, guys. I mean, that's pretty much about what he's doing. And it's just not enough, right? It's not enough damage, right? Even with 2 supports. So I ended up taking my brilliant CTP of destruction and slapping it on Moonstone. Now, I kind of wonder if Doom would have been a better candidate. Honestly, having the immunity guard break on him probably would be better because, I mean, with the rage, he does have native super armor, but having the immunity guard break would actually make him better in PvP. However, I'm not using Doom anymore in PvP. I'm actually just using Adam Warlock all the time. So that's not really a big deal for me. So I decided to slap the Brilliant on my Moonstone. And since we got low on equipping costs for Obelisk, I thought this would be a great time to take it off of Sharon Rogers and slapping on a different character. And I played a Brilliant on Moonstone before, and it really is godly on her. She plays really, really well at the proc. You'll get your strike proc and that increase to boss types by 200% and the damage proc by 230%, all in one attack every time. She just plays super, super well with it. I do kind of think that Doom probably would have been a better choice in all honesty. Really, it was between Doom and Moonstone as far as using the brilliant CTP of destruction, as far as taking on Ultron. But the run that I'm going to show you guys, you're going to see that I believe Moonstone's going to be able to take me from 25 to 29, especially with the time that I have left in the run that I'm going to show you. You guys can take a look at the build to see, you know, what kind of stats we have here. Oh my God, my ignore defense is actually a little bit low. Wow, 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 wow. I didn't even realize that my ignore defense was so low. It's at 43%. Wow, that kind of makes me look like a butt. Well, the run that you're going to see, that's the stats that I have. I actually had 43% ignore defense. If we would have had max ignore defense, we probably would have done a little bit better. Let me look at something here. What's her critical damage look like? Okay, so we got a lot of extra critical damage. I can just take some of these critical damage Urus off of her and put some ignore defense Urus on her, which is exactly what I'm going to do. If I had any Odin's blessings that had ignore defense, I'd probably use those, but unfortunately I don't have any of those. And all of her skills are at 6. She has a fully awakened power angry Oxid. She does have the brilliant and of course no uniform, which is something else that's just insane about a character like Moonstone, having no uniform. That is nut-o. So I'll pull up the run for you guys right now and you can check this out. All right, now for the team, I'm using Ebony. Ebony has got that 40% increase of energy attack and the 35% increase to universal types. It's a huge, huge buff against Ultron. And then we got Taskmaster, and Taskmaster does have a CTP of Insight along with the increased damage to supervillains. And for me, you know, I found that this team actually worked out the best, right? You know, whenever you play with a character like Doom, you kind of want to use his leadership to get the increase of attack. And I might do a separate video about that, you know, to see what actually would be better. I mean, I know a lot of you guys would like to see a brilliant CTP of destruction on Doom, but I don't know, you know, I just think it's a lot easier to play with Moonstone because, you know, you're always getting the proc on one skill, whereas Doom, a lot of times he misses, right? You'll get the increase of boss types when you do his tier 3 every time, but you might miss the actual damage proc because once you go into another skill and the damage proc is already engaged, you're going to lose that damage proc. And that it just annoys me when I feel like I'm losing out on some damage. And when I'm playing with Moonstone, with a damage proc anyways, I just don't feel like I'm losing out on anything. So I just prefer to play with her. Now here, I like to use Taskmaster. Ebony does have some range on his basic attacks, but you guys are going to find that sometimes his basic attack can actually miss. Yeah, it can actually miss Ultron, which is extremely annoying. So I actually opt to use Taskmaster a lot because Taskmaster has really good movement speed. And even though you got to be close range to do a swiping attack, it still seems to work out better for me. I mean, look at the damage that she's putting out, guys. Like, seriously, with the brilliant, she just, I mean, she's nuts, man. She just puts out a lot of freaking power. She is, you know, godly, infinity god, right? She's just nuts. I mean, right now, she's stronger than my Doom only because she has a brilliant CTB destruction on her, right? Without that brilliance, she wouldn't be stronger than him. Not in World Boss, guys. Doom's godly. But, again, like I said earlier, I just opted to go for the brilliant on her because I can always have my damage proc and I can always have the strike proc all on that entire, you know, duration of the strike proc whenever she's using her skills. It's just easy to use with a proc. And that's why I prefer to use the brilliant on her. But I do think that the brilliance, you know, as far as, you know, who's a better choice for it, I do think Doom is actually a better choice, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Because he's actually viable in PvP and PvE. Whereas Moonstone, obviously, is just a PvE character. Alright? And, you know, we guys, in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, she took Ultron all the way down to his last phase, right? And I tried doing a setup to where I switched between Supergiant and Moonstone. I was using Ebony's leadership. And, again, even with the brilliant CTP of destruction, guys, I was still lacking on damage. So, whenever I put Taskmaster in there, along with that extra CTP of Insight, this is how I was able to do the fastest clear, at least using the brilliant CTP destruction with Moonstone. I tried all kinds of different team combinations, and this worked out the best for me. Now, with a mighty CTP of energy, with this team composition, I probably could have got it done, but I don't know if I've been able to push to stage 29. That's what I'm not really sure about. It was extremely hard, man. It just seemed like the damage just wasn't quite there. I mean, this guy's hard, man. His defenses are just nuts. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. And, you know, with this team, this wasn't super difficult. But when I was trying with all the other teams, I was trying to switch between different characters, I was just having a lot of problems. The damage just wasn't there. And by the way, something about Supergiant, guys, as awesome as she is, because Ultron likes to jump around a lot, you'll find that you'll have to cancel your tier 3 or your awakened skill very fast, and that kind of sucks because you lose damage. But as you guys saw, we had a minute and 19 seconds to spare, right? That's a lot of damn time, and which tells me that I'm going to have enough time to be able to go all the way up to stage 29. If we're clearing stage 25 with a minute and 19 seconds left, then we're pretty much going to go all the way up to stage 29 with the team composition that I'm using. And again, I could slap this Brilliant on Doom, and I'm pretty sure I could have got it clear with Doom using the Brilliancy Destruction. In fact, I really don't doubt it at all, man. He's just godly, he's just super strong, but I just think it's easier, at least for me, to play with a damage proc on a character like Moonstone versus Doom, and that's why I opted to use a Brilliant on her. So let me know what you guys think about Moonstone getting it done against stage 25 Ultron. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.